Um, it's been 6 months ever since I've done a video, updating you on the progress of escaping the matrix, and I have quite a few updates. Well, firstly, I would like to start by actually saying that last year was my last year in high school, so this year I have pretty much the whole day all to myself so that I can actually start working. But it's March, and honestly speaking, there's not much progress that has been made so far, and it's all what I can say is it's all on me. I'm not going to put it on anyone whatsoever, but I can say there are some factors that influenced. I can say they affected this whole thing. You know, they affected my whole progress, but I'm not using them to justify anything. I'm just pointing them out because today I've noticed what's actually dragging me behind. There's quite a few things that are dragging me behind, and other things I didn't even notice that they're actually dragging me behind. I just thought maybe, I didn't think they were doing it. I thought even they were beneficial. So, firstly, what I've noticed is that I've been procrastinating a lot, and I've really let my mindset kind of like go back to where it was initially, like back maybe in 2020 when I was still not too keen or not too focused on the process of making money, of trying to make money and trying to be a better version of myself. But it's actually some things that have actually, I thought they are dragging me back, but they've actually showed me that I'm actually where I'm not imagining myself where, like, I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I imagine myself to be in terms of progress. So I will talk about those. The time right now I think is 40 minutes past 10, going to 11 p.m. There's no electricity. I'm using this other light for lighting, and I thought just before I sleep, I just prayed, and then I thought just before I sleep, let me just, do an update because I've been procrastinating for too long, and I think I've today I don't know, I just found a breaking point. My mind since from the morning has been quite different. I've done some things. I've done like I've last done like in 2022, when I was serious about changing my life, So what's the update I can say is, well, there's a goal that I set for this year. There's a goal I set. It was me and Tony and KP. We had a goal. Sorry for the dogs making noise. And the goal was to make 100,000 rands, which is around $6,000. That was our main goal for the year. But then I myself came up with an idea and said, why don't we just up the stakes, and then each and every one of us tries to make that, that $6,000, that 100,000, instead of us trying to make it together. And then we did that, and we separated. But ever since, like, there's things that happened that I think that made me think that I wouldn't, they made me lose some sort of hope, or really generally start slacking off. But the first one is back in the latest video I made before this one, which is, I think I posted it in July when I was in Tony, and I was with Tony in the street. That video, in that video, that's when I was basically starting out, you know, starting out to work with Tony, and we stopped working together because of this thing I've done. We want to do different things instead of focusing a lot of energy together on one thing. We have all went into different ventures so that we can see who strikes gold first. Okay. Back then, I my phone was basically, the phone that I was using to record the video was basically broken. The only thing that was good on that phone was the selfie camera itself. The rest of the phone was just terrible. The battery, everything was just very terrible. But fortunately, my mom got me a new phone. This is the one I'm using, and well, yeah, that's that. Let's just leave that. It's not really important. It's important is shortly after that, in July, I think, my mom, this phone, I got it this year in January, on the 28th of January, this year 2024. But then in July 2023, shortly after, a few weeks after I made that video, my mom actually bought me a laptop, as a surprise, which I really needed the laptop, but like I got the laptop, workflow was much better, I was able to do more things because I was very limited with my phone in terms of features, and the fact that many things they don't really allow you to make them with only a phone. Something like a website, they don't really allow you to make a website with only your phone in hand. Yeah, and then I got a laptop, and then Tony also got his laptop. Yeah, and then in terms of KP tried to fix his laptop, but it didn't really get fixed. But we are still on it even now to get it fixed so that everyone will have a laptop. But what's good about him is he actually found a way to actually try to make income on his phone. So he's not making income yet, but it is a thing that is commonly known to be made on the phone. I just didn't want to venture into that too because of the upfront investment, the risk and all that, because I didn't, and the fact that you need a lot of skill. I'm open to learn, but I don't want to be wasting time actually researching and be spending like 3 weeks or 3 months just doing research for something. Well, I did get a laptop, and I was working fine with the laptop, but then my sister actually got accepted into university this year. So my mom, there's a family situation that went on, so my mom and everyone in the house had to literally deplete their funds because of that emergency situation. But we will not be talking about that now. I don't think my family would appreciate me talking about that at this point. Maybe after a while. Yes, and well, after that, after my sister got accepted into university, my mom paid the registration fees and all that, and I had to actually make a decision myself, even though I was firstly requested and I refused. I had to make a sacrifice myself, and I said, you know what, since my laptop is basically new because I barely use it, I didn't use it for things like gaming, because I don't really I don't play games. I don't really do games or watch movies. I don't really do anything except for work on my laptop. So when I have to, I use it only when necessary. So the laptop is still in 100% condition. It has never failed, no cracks, nothing. I decided to give it to my sister so that she can use it since she has been accepted in university, and my mom promised to buy me another one in June since I made this sacrifice. But I can't be waiting on them. First, I lost hope because after making that decision, I've noticed that I can't really do what I was planning to do initially, which was to be, to be a developer. I won't really say what type of developer because it's not important, but I wanted to be a developer, and you can't really code with the phone. It's impossible. So I was on a coding course, until I heard those news that my sister's in university. So I decided to give her my laptop. So right now is March. Today's the 12th March. So they told me in June. So it's March, April, May. So in the next coming 3 months, I know I won't have a laptop at all. So my workflow will be tainted in terms of what I wanted to initially do. But the thing that made me lose hope, as I said, is I didn't really have a plan B. All my plans, like my plan A, my plan B, my plan C, they all depended on a laptop because I was already depending on it. So losing it again, I felt like I went back to where I was 6 months ago in July. So I didn't really have an idea of what I was going to do, but I still hate the fact that I'm sitting, doing nothing just because I don't have a piece of equipment. And then I decided to check what are some things I can do with my phone, because that's literally all I have right now. And I tried to make a theme page. It's still active. I have a theme page now. But the theme page, we all know, is some sort of a slow burner. So I can't really be depending on a theme page. I posted a lot of videos. I think on the first day I posted around 12 videos. It's a theme page, motivation and financial insights on how to join crypto and all that. Yeah, I posted a lot of videos. I think right now I have around 40 or 30 videos, but really it doesn't seem to be working. So I can't really depend on that because it is a slow burn. At the end of the day, I'm trying to get followers so that I can do something like affiliate marketing using that high following. So I haven't got that high following as of yet, and I can't really artificially push it, in terms of ads, because I may get copyright strikes because of those videos, which don't really belong to me. So yeah, that's it. Today, I woke up and I did what has been my new schedule. Woke up late at around 9, 10, yeah, which has been pretty normal to me nowadays, since I don't seem to have much going on in my life. I woke up at around 10, and the reason I woke up at around 10 is because I stay up till late, And the reason I stay up till late is not a valid reason like back then. These days I just stay up till late just for things like social media, prefer mostly Instagram Reels, TikTok, just consuming content. And yeah, I've, I've also, I've been also just like consuming content, and also Netflix, a little bit of Netflix and some YouTube, and my diet has also been unhealthy. On this month alone, this month has barely started, but I've spent around, I think, 350 bucks on unhealthy food, you know, on only unhealthy food, which I could have used the money for something else. I spent 300 bucks on unhealthy food, 250, around 350 bucks on unhealthy food, which is a lot of money, especially in my country. That's a lot of money. Yeah, on just food. And I'm starting to, well, I've lost progress on my weight loss, my weight loss journey. I just have a quite noticeable amount of belly fat, of fat around my midsection. And have not been working out. I downloaded the app. I've barely used the app. All the apps that I use the most have been Instagram and TikTok, especially Instagram. And then today, when I noticed that when I was, watching reels and commenting, then there's this reel of this comment of mine. It got like, I don't know, probably maybe right now it's around 25,000 likes. Because last time I checked, it was like 20,000 likes. So I noticed that I'm actually just waiting for people to just reply, and then I just like their comments, and then I get happy because I got 25,000 likes or 20,000 likes for just comments, only comments, which doesn't make sense. It's not changing my life whatsoever, mentally, spiritually, and financially, most importantly, because that's what I'm mostly focusing on. So after that, I checked activity. After checking my activity, and then my younger brother likes sending me reels on Instagram, so I check those out and then I react. Then when I get out, and I see everyone that I'm chatting with, I see my friends, Tony, KP, and some other school friends, from friends from high school, which of course I'm still talking to. And then I noticed this other girl from high school. I think I sent around 3 or 2 messages at different times. Just showing dates there of story replies. I was just replying to the stories, and all of them have been ignored. And then I asked myself why. And then when I looked down, that's when I noticed that it's actually written, you can't send this message until your request has been accepted. And like, that's weird because it only happens when someone is not following you. Does that mean she is not following me? Doesn't make sense, because we used to be chill together at school, but it doesn't make sense. How come last time I checked, this person was following me? Okay, and then I checked that and I found out that, okay, yeah, she's not actually following me back as expected. So I unfollow her, and after I unfollow her, I go back and say delete chat. When I say delete chat, I actually see that I see a lot of blue ticks. So not blue ticks in terms of right, because it's Instagram DMs, and I see that okay, there's actually some people, some of these girls on TikTok, on Instagram, that if actually reply to me, we're talking, but it just ends up with me being seen, and then I just delete them. But then I noticed that the reason why I'm getting replies is because of a simple law of volume. When, just like in advertising, if you show 1,000 people something, out of that 1,000 people, 1% will have a chance of buying that thing. So I actually saw that law also applies here, because I've DM'd so many people that at this point the laws just are just falling on my side, that okay, you've DM'd all these women you find attractive, all these girls you find attractive, and it worked. But if you check, it only worked on around 3 or 5 people, showing you that you actually DM'd a lot of people. That's why you actually got a response. And then I started scrolling down, on my primary messages, and I see that I'm actually wasting time DMing people who don't even know that I exist, using the internet that is paid for. It's not free. I use this internet for people, just for me to look like I'm just like any other guy, and I know I'm not just like any other guy, but now I just look like I'm one of them on in their requests, because of course they don't follow me back. And then I just start deleting, and I think I spent around 15 minutes just on deleting the chats alone. And I think I've DM'd around 47 different people. And imagine from that there is 47, 42 basically didn't respond, and then only 5 responded because of volume. Okay, just that. And then after doing that, I actually noticed that this is basically what was wasting my time. So I went to check other activity, and then I went to is it liked or watched reels, and then I actually scroll. When I scroll on all the reels that I've liked, I'm pretty sure today only I've watched over 300 or 250 reels alone. Because when I scroll and then I see okay, this one I was watching yesterday during the day, so yeah, that means I'm ending up around here. So that means from that reel that I watched yesterday going up is all the reels I've watched for the day, which are not really valuable. I mean, it's the things I like, it's just cars, motivational reels, cooking and all that, but I really don't have those things, so I can't really be watching people having the things that I want instead of just working to have the things that I want. I can't be trading my time just to watch other people be successful instead of actually being successful. And then after that, I've noticed that's the reason why I wake up late, because I watch a ton of reels, and a ton of TikTok. TikTok, I noticed something else. Someone that I actually DM'd on Saturday. Today's Tuesday, on Saturday. Then when I start talking to this person, I'm done with school, but they're still in school. And then I noticed that that person makes these videos of her in school, doing studying and all that stuff. And I'll even though like we were talking fine, but I noticed that I actually get a response way after a while, maybe after 11 hours or so. Then notice that this person is actually busy, even though it's not the type of business I would want a person to be, like school. I don't really believe in school, that's why I didn't go to university, but they're actually busy with something and they're actually dedicated to it and they're actually getting results. And then I actually continued scrolling, on Instagram and since on TikTok. So, as you know, on TikTok, when you follow a person, they will keep on just showing you a few of their videos here and there, just because you follow them. Okay, when I keep on scrolling, I actually see that they have, she comes from a wealthy family, or should I say a very financially stable family. Everything that I would actually wish for right now, everything that I want to have, she has access to it, even though she doesn't own it, but her parents do, so she has access to all those things. And yeah, how can I say this? Yeah, she has all those things, so she can do what me and her should actually be like, changing roles, because I'm not saying she should be depending on her parents' money or anything like that, but if we were to assess both our situations, if her parents were to die today, she will be left with, no doubt, she will be left with the cars, those nice cars, the house, and obviously some money. If they had a company or something, a business running, which means it's a successful business, judging by the house and the cars they have and the school she goes to, and even like, it's out of pocket, but even the phone she uses, it will tell you that the business or whatever they're doing is actually pretty successful. So yeah, if her parents were to die today, hypothetically speaking, she will be left alone, but at least she won't be left alone in the streets. Her parents left her with something. She knows like everything basically is covered. Even if her parents were to leave this earth, everything is covered. She, if her parents die, at least if both her parents combined, and then they were to die at the same time or something like that, at least she knows that she's left with all those cars. I don't know how many cars there are. She's left with the house. She's left with money, all those things. But me, where I am now, today, as I'm speaking to the camera right now, I know that my parents are alive, and I'm sorry for saying this, but my parents are alive, but still, basically, I have nothing. I have nothing. Even the phone I'm using right now to take a video, it might be blocked, maybe because my mom failed to make a payment. And I'm not saying it in a way that my mom failed to make a payment in an arrogant way, but it can happen that my mom can fail to make the payment and the phone won't even work. You know, tomorrow morning when I want to post this video, after electricity comes back and I want to connect to the internet and post this video, it can happen that my mom actually failed to pay this phone, and then since she failed to pay this phone, it's actually I don't even have a phone, and my mom pays I don't know how much she pays, but yeah, it's not that much amount of money, So let's say a type of amount of money that should be a challenge, especially to a person her age. But I know that's where I am now in my life, that it's highly possible. I'm not saying it in a terms of probability, but I'm saying it in terms of reality. It's highly possible that could happen, So even my parents are alive now, but they both don't have cars. So they don't have cars. They both don't have houses, And even if they were to leave me with money, I don't think it will be enough to actually, like, for me to start a new life. Also, if maybe it can maybe make me survive for a year because of life insurance. They have huge payouts and stuff. But I know for a fact that it won't be the type of money I can use to turn my life around completely. It's not the type of money if I get after my parents die and maybe I get kicked out of the house, I can use the money to buy a house, or maybe if I wanted to start doing something so that I can generate an income. Let's say maybe I wanted to do, I know it won't be enough to even buy a car, a second-hand car, not even a fancy car, a car that is not fancy and that is second-hand. You don't even buy it, I'm pretty sure. So my life would be the same between me and her, just using her for reference. Both our lives will be the same, but without parents. Not the same as in her life, my life will be like hers, and her life will be like mine. But I'm saying in terms of continuation, it will be the same because on her side, if her parents were to leave the earth, she will be not exposed to poverty, and then just like she is not now, she will be still living in the same house, still driving the same cars, and still living the lifestyle that she grew living because of her parents. And I also, if my parents die right now, I know that my lifestyle will still be the same as when they've lived, and I should be, I'm the one who took responsibility and said, you know what, I'm going to actually try to change that situation, and actually try to turn this whole thing around, because in my household there's truly no one who's ever been a millionaire, and I want to actually be the first person in this household to be a millionaire and actually turn things around, especially for my younger siblings, because once again, honestly speaking, I don't think my mom, my dad, or my uncles or my aunts, I feel like they're already too old, I feel like they had their time and now time ran out. I don't blame them for anything. That's why I will never feel entitled and blame my mom for anything. I won't blame my mom for not doing certain things for me, even though I wanted her to, or I was expecting her to back then. But now I'm reasoning better, and I I understand that it's all on me now. You know, the rules have changed. They've run out of time. The older generations above me have actually run out of time. It's time for me to seize this time. As young as I am, I'm 19 right now. I'm going to be turning 20 this year, later this year. So I really feel like I've wasted like quite decent amount of time, maybe let's say 4 or 5 years. I feel like I should have started sooner because I already had my phone and internet connection when I was like 16. So I feel like I should have started sooner, and I don't really want to end up where my parents are today. I don't want to be struggling even for the simplest things, because that life it doesn't really give you peace of mind. You always stay troubled. As I said now, you stay troubled that okay, you think you had to. She couldn't afford another laptop, so I had to take my laptop and give it to my sister. And that the fact that I don't think she can even keep up with the payments of a phone. It is if it was a payment of a car or a house, something big, something expensive, but something like a phone, which is not even like something an iPhone, it's not even justificable. That thing, I don't really want that lifestyle to be exposed to my younger siblings, you know, and my kids. Basically, the next generation of this family, I don't want it to live the same lifestyle I did. I'm not saying I was living like in poverty or what. Um, my lifestyle is pretty decent. I go to bed every night um with a full stomach, and I also how can I say this? I also have a proper shelter, a built house, thanks to my whole family, my mom, everyone else in the family, my uncles, everyone. Um, I also wouldn't lie and say um I am mismaintained in any manner. If I seem mismaintained, even now my hair is not even cut, it's because I feel like I'm old enough to place those things under my responsibility and not cast them onto my parents because I'm old enough to actually take care of myself, and I should not be entitled to having everything done for me, especially at this age. Because legally I'm an adult and I should really start behaving like one. You know, I wouldn't say I never went to school like with ripped clothes, maybe ripped shoes, but the shoes, even on the shoe meter, I would go to school with them shoes ripped for only that month until the month ends, so that my mom can actually get paid, and then she can buy new ones. It's not like I can go like for the whole year or 6 months without school shoes or anything like that. I was well taken care of. I can say a big round of applause to my family, for putting me where I am. Yeah, but I don't really care about the materialistic things. What I would really like to thank them for is actually guiding me, and showing me and being brutally honest with me, because growing up I always thought we were just proper, were just fine. But then they really were brutally honest with me that they're working at full throttle, they're just doing the best they can for us to, for me and my younger siblings and everyone else in the household to have a pretty decent lifestyle. And I'm not saying I don't appreciate it. I really appreciate it very much. But I myself know that I am destined for more, and am determined to actually do more with my life. Do more in terms of monetary gains. I know I can be the best version of myself if I put in enough work. So yeah, today I can say I I took the first steps, to actually stop being distracted. I deleted TikTok, and then I also deleted Instagram, and then what I left, I'm going to be honest, I left YouTube because I actually use that for information and also uploading these videos. And I also left WhatsApp because I actually talk with people there. Is my primary form of communication with everyone, especially people here at home, because they're always at work and stuff. So they communicate with me through WhatsApp. And then I also did not delete Facebook because I have some friends that I know, especially the ones from school. They actually communicate with me through Facebook. So yeah, those are the three things that I left behind. But TikTok and Instagram, yeah, they're gone for now. Maybe I'll put them back after I feel satisfied with my work, which I think is going to be a while. When I mean a while, maybe 4 or 5 years. It depends really on how long it takes me to actually work. How to actually be where I want to be, and where I want to be is pretty far. So yes, I might not be having those for a while. Yeah, that's all I think I want to say for now. If there's actually more that I want to say, I will simply just make another video. And yes, before I cut the video, let me tell you what my goal is. So the problem is I wrote it in my phone's notes. So I wrote it in my phone's notes. What I'm actually planning to do is that goal I spoke about, the goal of making $6,000, which is 100,000 rands. I've made this sort of like progress bar. January I made 0 rands, so $0, and then February I made $4, which is around 70 something rands still, which is very terrible. And now March I'm still far in March, so I will update you on the progress. But yeah, on March it was still on zero because March hasn't quite ended. We will round off the total in the end of March. Also, I made a podcast in Blabber House, just talking there about certain things, and some people may find it offensive, just as a disclaimer. But yeah, I've also made a podcast which is also a slow burner, but I was not really looking at it as a stream of income, but just as something like I've always wanted to do. Thank you, and us, please can consider liking and subscribing, and be with us, not only me, but also with Tony and KP, because we're all on the same journey, because we're all facing the same kind of situations in our homes of trying to change the financial trajectory for all our families. And yeah, that's that. So I will, when they also make videos, I will post the videos here, and you will see. Maybe sometimes they make the videos together, but everyone will have to make the video from wherever they are and actually give you an update, and I'll post it here on the Matrix Escaping Mission channel. Yeah, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. As I said, you can comment, and please like if really you also believe in changing the dynamic, the financial dynamic in your household, and being this together. Till next time, which will be very soon.